I get asked a lot if Wikipedia can be considered a reliable source, but Wikipedia is very big. There are over 4 million articles in English, and with any resource that size, there's no simple yes/no answer. But what Wikipedia does do is offer a lot of tools and clues to help you decide whether or not the particular article you're looking at is one that you should rely on. So what I'm going to do in this video is give you an overview of what some of those clues and tools are. First, I want to point out featured articles. If you look in this upper right-hand corner sometimes, you'll see this little bronze star. And if you click on that, you find out more information about what it means to be a featured article in Wikipedia. What it means basically is that Wikipedia's editors have decided that this article meets their standards, and you can click on this featured article star to find out more about what those standards are. Some of those standards and some of the basic expectations for all articles on Wikipedia is that they include references and external links. Clicking on that references or external links, which are at the bottom of any Wikipedia article, can also give you some great ideas of where else to look for information. This is where the people editing the Wikipedia page got their information. And as with any research, you want to get multiple viewpoints and you want to get as close to the original source of information as possible. And a good Wikipedia article will help you do that. There are also articles that don't meet the featured article standards, but are considered good, is the standard. If they're shown by a little green plus sign in the upper right-hand corner, and you can click on that to get more information. So here's some of the explanation of what it means to be a good article in Wikipedia and what standards they've met. Some articles will also have this little lock in the upper right-hand corner. And what that means is that the article is either locked down and only certain editors can edit it, or it's being more closely monitored in different ways. That will happen a lot when it involves a current event or a controversial issue in order to prevent vandalism of that article. On any Wikipedia article, you can find out more about the conversations happening behind the scenes by the people editing the article by clicking on this Talk tab in the upper left. This provides sort of a behind-the-scenes view. You can see the issues and topics that the people editing this page are discussing and get a sense about what on the page might be controversial, might not be as reliable as other portions of the page. Many Wikipedia articles are part of larger projects, and those projects have standards that they use to assess the different articles. And you can find that information on the talk page and then find out more about what those standards are and how the article you're looking at does or doesn't meet them. So for example, here's the standards and assessment for the fisheries and fishing project. And here's their quality scale and some information about what the different rankings mean and what a reader reading that page can expect to find and what might be good and what might still be lacking from an article with that ranking. In addition to telling you what standards an article has met, Wikipedia also does a pretty good job of pointing out right on the front page when an article isn't meeting standards and expectations. These articles are often under review and may be in danger of being deleted. But as you can see on this page, it gives you some warnings about the article being unclear, that it might be a personal reflection or essay rather than research, and so it needs some attention before you want to consider it a reliable source. This warning here lets you know that the information here might be outdated. If you're doing any sort of current research, you certainly don't want to use something that's considered outdated. You'll often find articles with a warning like this, that the article needs additional citations for verification. So the article is letting you know right up front that it does not have the citations necessary to be considered a reliable article. So that's just a quick overview of some of the tools that Wikipedia provides to help you make assessments about those articles. So hopefully you can look at Wikipedia as you should look at all sources with a more critical eye.